We're going live in 5, 4. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode 198 for the week of, January 1st, 2019. Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of 2019 for the Tangent Podcast. I am your host, Brian Thomas, alongside the Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
Politician himself, Brendan Cox.
Yo.
And Godmike back there, Stephen Sell.
Hello.
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatedpoints.com, where we talk about the games that we've been playing during the week and a little segment we like to call Under Your Thumb. And we usually do the drunken news, but guess what? It's Christmas week, so there isn't any news this week. So I think we're just going to be talking about some of the games that we've been playing during the week.
For Christmas.
For Christmas. As you can tell, we've got a beautiful U-log.
You see any little things that are different around here?
Yeah, we're in a new studio space.
Cliffy B designed the accoutrement.
Yeah, this is Marcus Phoenix's bedroom. The red, we are in a Gears of War menu screen.
It's real blood.
It's real blood and smoke and fog.
I don't know why you spun the can around.
He doesn't want to.
It's the advertisement.
yeah.
It's the advertising, Steve.
Yeah.
Don't you know that this podcast was brought to you by Sam Adams Brewery?
All
And
that
Night
money
Shift
we get from
Brewing.
them, yeah.
Hey, who knows? If
We got a
Night
thing
shift.
of phone home right
you just
there.
got to fake it until you make it, pal.
Fair enough.
That's what I've been told. And this ad is brought to you by Sam Adams and Winter Lager.
We don't know who's listening.
Refreshing.
Could be who's the guy from Sam Adams?
It doesn't matter.
Sam Adams.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
John.
Sam Adams,
John
Coke?
Houston.
the director.
It is John, though. Jack.
No, it's John Hancock.
No, you see him on the commercials. He's like, I've been selling Sam Adams.
Oh,
since the
Jim
night."
Coke.
Jim Coke.
Jim,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, Jim Coke sent these over.
Jim Coke, if you listen.
Feel free to send them on over. Anyways, let's get into Under Your Thumb this
Yeah.
week. So I don't really know who should we start with. I'm sorry. You've been playing Smash Brothers.
I have.
I don't want to talk about Smash
You
Brothers.
want to hear something new for the year?
What are you gonna get? Well, do we have video for it? We have video queued up
No,
for it. All
I
right.
figured.
No. All right, Brendan. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about Battlefield 5? Because I know you've got a raging boner for this one.
No, I no. I knew you were gonna say that, but I don't.
think you
And
do.
well, I do now, but
You didn't.
No, when this game came out, November.
14?
Let's just say November.
Sure.
Let's get going.
Okay.
I'm anxious.
And I
Sell me
picked
on
it
it.
up over the holidays because I had a gift card
Mm-hmm.
of $25, and I spent $5 to get the game. So on Xbox Live, it's $30.
Perfect.
Buy digital?
And I thought
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought the
he's all
price just
digital.
like I don't buy anything physical.
Why?
Although he does have a physical piece of paper for the audio listeners.
I need the.
That's what you can hear
I
crinkling
need
in the
all these
background.
notes.
All right. So what about? So are you playing the multiplayer or just? Oh, wait, there's no single player. This
No,
year.
there is.
No,
I
there
asked-
is. There
I
is.
asked them.
Yeah.
Okay, enlighten me.
So like in Battlefield 1, there was war stories.
Yep.
So
I
they
remember those.
they were episodic.
It was like 7 different ones you played as different
Yeah,
characters.
not episodic in the sense where they released it individually.
No, I know.
It's different stories for
different
each person in the war.
Yeah.
But it was rumored that they were going to do that, but they didn't. It's still.
So why don't you tell me what they did?
They just released them like Battlefield 5 is
All at
very
once.
similar to Battlefield 1. So you have the war stories, you have the
So it's still war stories
it's war stories
in
yeah,
Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you can
cool.
pick and choose like I want to do this guy right now and then do their story or this girl and do her story.
Okay.
And I did like one of them.
Can you just choose whatever one you want, or do you have to play them?
Yeah, there's 4 available. I don't know if they're going to release more for DLC.
Okay. But is it like 4 on a menu, or is it like 7 and
4 on a,
menu?
4 on a menu, yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh, how do you know that there's more coming? Okay,
Yeah.
so you've only played, you played all the way through?
No, I just played the one story.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, did you finish that one story?
I did, yeah.
How long did that take you? Roughly. You don't have to give me a
Hour and a half.
Okay, I
Yeah.
feel like that's a little lackluster for me.
Well, I
I'm
was-
Italian. I speak with my hands. I'm sorry that I hit the mic.
Oh, like not enough time.
Yeah, there's not enough time. Actually, you know what? I bitch about all the time games
Yeah.
being too long.
Well,
Don't listen
total.
to me.
So if he said 7, right? And they're an hour and a half each?
Well, you got to think.
Well, there's 4 right now. There's 4 in this one.
Yeah.
All right, I guess. You know what?
6.
Anthony,
No, I mean-
you've spun me around.
You don't have to. I
No,
mean,
you got me.
I'm just assuming this is just the best way to learn. They're not difficult. You learn the mechanics within
yeah,
the hour
you
and
know,
a half.
and it's a little bit more than just multiplayer because
It's like Call of Duty. It's just
Call it-
strictly
well,
multiplayer.
yeah, Blops 4 did that, but I think so. My biggest gripe with the game is there's not enough content, right?
Sure.
They have the war stories,
You
okay,
mean
but, like,
weapons or
content like game modes, there's only 2 factions when Battlefield 1 had like 6 or 7.
But did it have it at launch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and they
what
added
do you
more
play?
after.
Nazis and allies?
Well, they call them the German faction, which
Whatever. Okay, so
Yes.
it's the German faction versus
versus
the allies.
British people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allied.
Now, how many like game modes are in multiplayer? So you have what, like big
Well, you have
team
the-
deathmatch and
Battle
You have the
Royale.
standard, so you have the Conquest, which is always like a battlefield sort of mainstay.
so is the conquest like there's A, B, C, D, and E points, and you have to take those over? Okay, so that's
Exactly, yeah.
conquest.
Yeah.
What else is
It
there?
has front lines, which is something introduced in Battlefield 1, which is a combination between territories and capture the flag.
So is that like you both start on one point, and whoever captures the main, like
Yeah.
let's say the prime meridian, right?
Yeah.
I capture that. I push you back to your, into your zone, really. And if I beat you again,
Yeah.
and then you
He
push me
conquers.
back until
Yeah.
one person is all the way on one side
It
of
is
the
like
field.
a counter, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You played this before?
No, I
No,
just
okay.
understand how to explain games.
Um,
Like
And
we've
then
done
you
this
have-
before.
and then you have like regular territories and so forth and so on. So some of the smaller ones. The regular death match, which has never been really a strong showing for Battlefield. but
Really, I feel like I would enjoy deathmatch more.
You would, but Conquest
More
feels...
realistic.
The reason I think Conquest is the mainstay is because there's more... You get more points based on if you do more stuff, not just kills.
Okay.
Deathmatch just gives you points for kills.
Because is this because you are bad at?
Let
So
me
like you
just-
can help your team.
Let me just tell you right now, Anthony, as a bad DPS, I always prefer to heal because if I'm getting points for healing, I'm going to do it every time.
Yeah, but you're not bad at shooting.
No, I'm not great
No, I
at
thi-
shooters. Not anymore.
I think in terms of Battlefield, Conquest is kind of like their main sort of...
This
like,
is
not
their,
just for me.
their mode.
And the way they advertise it too, right? So when you come up on the screen, it's like, oh, we want to play Conquest.
It
And
makes
it's kind of
sense.
like, all
for-
right, yeah, and like deathmatch, from like a optics standpoint, you have like all these modes, and then deathmatch is like down at the bottom, so it's not really like,
It's
something
not
they're
like in
promoting.
your face,
yeah.
So, what are you liking about the game? Because you're giving us a lot of facts.
Well, the reason I waited so long to pick up this game was because from the first trailer, it just looked zany and wacky, very Fortnite-y, I called it.
Okay.
Really? But you didn't buy it on launch.
No, and they delayed it to I believe remove
The Red Dead.
some of these sort of, well, also it was
To
in
get
a-
out of Red
it
Dead
was a
is what
tough
I- yeah.
market, but also to remove a lot of these elements because that's one of the reasons why I think it's so bare bones is because they took out all like the crazy elements of it.
Is there the woman with the mechanical arm? Is she still in the game?
No.
They removed her. She was like the cover
Yeah.
person,
There-
right?
She's
there
still on
are-
the cover, right?
There, yeah, so she is on the cover, but I don't see.
Maybe she's in the stories. Maybe
What-
she's
yeah.
like a
It might be
campaign.
her story.
Who knows?
But there are women, which I know. There was a story over the summer, or
There was a historically inaccurate types of thing, but then people were like, "She has a fucking mechanical arm. Of course,
Yeah.
this is a little bit fictitious."
which you would think I would harp on that big time, but the women in the game
this
don't
slide.
bother me. I can because they're women in World War II, and
Doesn't matter to
it's
you.
good. It's still a smooth game.
Okay.
The multiplayer
This
is
is-
very sort of.
You
It's
still get bullet
smooth.
drops.
It feels a little bit faster paced than Battlefield 1,
Mm-hmm.
just because I think maybe it might be the guns are a little bit mostly
Different? They're
automatic.
different from the.
Well, they're different. They're mostly automatic, but there are a couple different.
exceptions.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you still have that realistic, like you have to aim forward and aim up to like drop the bullets and stuff like
The
that, or did
sway.
they end up? Yeah, is there sway, or did they kind of go more of the Call of Duty route?
I think it's maybe slightly user friendly,
Mhm.
but that stuff is still there. In terms of this game, the biggest thing that's different from Battlefield 1 is there's more of an emphasis on squad mechanics.
Okay.
More team oriented.
So like in Battlefield 1 you can kind of march off, do your own thing, lone wolf it. In this one, you want to stay close to your squad because if you don't, you kind of get either picked off or it's a little bit harder to manage things.
Okay.
They add the element of bleeding out, so if you like get shot, you're on the ground and you can ask for help to get revived. And then you have like
Are you hacksaw ridging people?
a reticle where you have time to die instead of like Battlefield 1 where you just get shot and that was it.
I'd call that more realistic than
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's every single
Battlefield.
unless you get like shot in the face with bazooka, then it's kind
It's not alright.
they're not you're not walking away from that.
It's like shotgun blast.
But yeah, so that's I'm still kind of getting used to that because I'm not playing with people I know. I'm playing with randos.
So we know how well that works.
They're a little bit.
Randos.
They're bringing you down.
Well, they're a little bit less apt to revive you, you know. And
Yeah, they're bringing you down.
What's the
Brandon.
kill death
the
ratio?
tough part is, you know, you're.
Hold on, wait. Let me ask you: is the tough part not having to run around in a room completely covered in smoke? Is
No,
that the difficult
that has
part?
not happened yet.
That's-
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, you haven't played with Gary and Justin. That's
Not
the
yet.
reason why.
Which I don't think they didn't pick up this game.
No, they didn't.
No.
I think Pete was the only one.
They know when a turd's a turd.
I was going to this with a very
Optimistic
Yeah.
scope.
But you,
no, the opposite. I was kind of cynical about this. I thought it was going to be. I mean, I picked it up for
let me
$5
ask you.
because
Yeah, let me ask you this
Yeah.
though. Did you think the 30 price point was where it should be?
That's a good question.
Because I mean, at 30 to me, that's like I was like, oh, maybe.
For you, who's never played a Battlefield game, God no, it should be like $5. Actually, $5.
So what would make the difference between like you buying
If you
it and me?
played Battlefield 1, you want more of the same, then I would say yeah, $30 is probably a good price. But if this is your first foray into Battlefield,
Not the
God
one
no,
to-
no.
I feel like that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also, like I said, that gives me the thing where like maybe they missed the mark on this one. So it is a little bit
Are you interested in this, Ant? Because you seem like you
with
you
price
could
with price tips. Like I said, I won't pay 30, but if I went to get it used for like $10, 15, like out of the bin, from
play the
GameStop,
story or
yeah.
something like that. Okay. Anything else on Battlefield 5? What do you,
No,
any other notes?
I touched on it briefly. Hopefully over time I'll play some more.
It'll
Cool.
get better.
Get
Alright.
good.
Get good. All right.
But you're on Xbox, all right? Is it crossplay?
No.
No.
So even if I bought it,
I mean, you could buy it on your Xbox One. I know you got one of those.
I've
could.
not changed. I think
could
I don't even know if it
squad
still
up.
works. To be honest with you, you
You could be Gunther.
know what's funny? Where I work, there's a bunch of Xbox Ones just tossed in the bin.
What bin?
That's sad.
We have a recycling bin at work where they toss like old computers, and there's literally like there's 4 Xbox Ones that would just like smashed and just thrown into the bin.
Wait, they smashed them?
Well, we like if they ask us to do it, we do it. But someone I didn't see who brought it in.
Oh,
So obviously, if I was at the counter, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take those. But it looked like the disc tray was the problem with them.
shocking.
Can you rebuild them and make them better?
No, they're like he tore them. Like I can grab you the circuit board to them if you want.
No,
I don't.
thanks.
I don't know if I'm really
You gonna
the one
rebuild-
you want to give that to because
I don't know what you're gonna do
Reasons.
with it. Yeah,
I don't need more Xbox in my life.
That's also true.
what doesn't work?
So, anyways, Anthony, let's transition over to you here because you're playing Smash Bros. And
Yes.
for those of you that are playing Smash Brothers and you're playing through World of Light, we're gonna hit you with Spoiler Bros. So I'm gonna put Spoiler Bros right about somewhere on the screen here where I seem fit.
I mean, this is an easy game to avoid spoilers for.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna throw up spoilers, bro.
All right, just to be on the safe side.
Just to be on the safe side, Steve, could you do me a huge favor back there and could you mark the time for Spoiler Bros?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
So,
So we're now spoilers.
I don't know if there's something you're gonna ask me.
No,
that,
well, I am. I'm getting
uh,
there. This is your last chance. You better get away because
Back
we're going to be
off.
talking spoilers. It's going to be up on the screen, and then once we're done, I'll take it off and you can come back. So,
Yes.
what the fuck's going on with World of Darkness or Dark, whatever the fuck it is, the
It's
dark
cra-
map?
It's Crazy Hands.
Oh, so did you beat the main story and then go into Dark World, or like what? How's that work?
Correct. So what happens is you get to World of Light, and it's the regular Master Hand. You saw the opening video where they're all.
Yeah, they're all kind of there.
So you fight that as a boss.
Yep.
And I actually thought that was the end, but like you're missing some characters. There's a few things because I only collected on that board, I think 32. I like the 70, maybe a little bit high, 35. At the end.
Have you gotten everybody yet?
No.
Okay, so I already have everybody because
No, oh, from that, yeah, I didn't collect them all on the
Oh,
board.
gotcha.
Because I'm looking for Roy,
Roy's our
and
boy.
I didn't get him in the World of Light, and I was
Mhm.
like, well,
Where the fuck
yeah,
is he?
he's pretty important to this.
Yep.
To me, and I was like, well, there's got to be something more. So
Well,
you
I
beat-
mean, there's like 12 spiky-haired guys with swords in the game.
they're all different though.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm assuming Roy is your favorite character.
Roy's my boy.
Okay.
Let's put it that
He's
way.
the main final
No.
Fire Emblem dude.
No,
no.
actually,
He's
Ike's
the
Marth.
He's
Marth.
technically the second.
Marth is the first. Well, Ike's the most known.
Well, isn't Marth the prince of whatever?
Yeah,
Fire.
correct,
Prince
yeah.
of swords or whatever. the fuck
Hector's
he
pretty
is?
popular. Chuck didn't put him in there.
I heard.
Let me just-
I've
yeah,
heard of Ike.
that's-
I've heard of
can't,
Marth.
I can't do this.
All right.
We
Yeah.
can't talk about
The sidetracking.
the spiky-haired anime characters.
Well, because like there's 50.
That's what I'm
fire-
saying.
He already said
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
not going to get into the whole because a lot of them are new. Some of them like were shoehorned in there because of Fire Emblem, the mobile game.
Well, I was getting confused because I thought you said Rob, the robot, right?
Oh, gotcha.
No,
And I was like,
Roy. The only two you
Roy.
should know is Roy and Moss. The original two, one's faster than the other, one does more damage.
Yeah.
Well, I
One's-
like Solid Snake, so. I'm just-
I could tell. He also
Anthony,
gets- yeah.
I'm the only
So
one who played
tell
it.
us about World of Darkness. Is it called World of Dark? What is it?
Yeah, it's called. I'll call it World of Dark.
Sure.
World of Light, World of Dark. It actually holds the opposites characters that are dark. Like I wasn't even paying attention to like that. So everyone in the World of Light
Is all like good guys.
is good guys, and then all the people you get as subsequent, like the spirits, all good. I
Okay.
think some might be evil, but in the World of Dark, it's all strictly.
So it's like you're fighting Ganondorf with like a Dr. Wily spirit or something.
Correct. Oh, that's the spirit they give you for beating Ganondorf.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's Crazy Hand is the boss.
Okay, cool. So you beat Master Hand and then Crazy Hand's there.
Comes in and actually crushes. Comes in to swoop in and steal like Master Hand's like the Reign of Terror or whatever, a throne, and then like now he's your main enemy. Like this, I think there's one more cutscene. He just comes in and you see the group of Crazy Hands.
Oh, cool. So, did you beat World of Darkness yet?
No,
Or
I'm
you-
at the not completely.
Okay.
I think I
Because
said
I know the end. I know the end to. I know fucking crazy. We're flip flopping. I know the end of the World of Dark.
because I explained this. I think in the Game of the Year edition is I wanted to clear the whole board, and there's a few moments in the game that are extremely fucking difficult. On
Yeah,
those boards.
I got to a point in the World of Light where I went into like a house and then I was in like a fire area. I went into like a Boo mansion basically, and went into a fire area, and then there was a Charizard that had like 1,300 spirit points or whatever.
He's
and
way-
I was like, oh, I could do this, and then I tried like 7 different times. I went, I can't fucking do this.
Correct.
And he was just spitting fire the entire time. He's like shooting fire.
So there's a lot of them are annoying because like he'll be like if you ever read like the perks, he'll be like he has infinite like the fire flower and you're just sitting there and he's just like and they're like he made them. Sakurai is kind of like hey fuck you guys.
Yep.
Because he'll do movements like pro players do, like he'll jump off the ledge and hit you down and come back up.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I was just like, holy shit, this is
Why would Charizard need the fire flower?
it's
Well,
just an added.
It's just like he's
more fire.
always
it's
shooting
to piss,
fire.
It's to
Yeah.
piss you off because it interrupts your movement and you have to calculate how to beat him.
I would also recommend that you leave and then come back when you have a much higher SP and just beat the shit out of them.
But even then, like I've gotten to the point where like it's even if you get higher, like you're still about even. Like you still have to play good.
Well, yeah, there's also like
Get
there's certain spirits that'll help you
you
out
out.
a lot. So like for example, you could be immune to fire.
Fire.
You know what I mean? You
Oh,
can
the floor. Yeah, the floors don't do any damage, and you
Yeah.
can get like immune to where like the fire flower does nothing, and then you can fight them on equal ground.
Yeah, exactly. So, are you enjoying World of Darkness still? Are you still like
I enjoy-
fucking 80 hours into it?
Yeah, well, I'm not, but it was a lot more. Like it's a lot more extensive than for the last Smash. This is a really good game. I mean, it got onto the Game of the Year. I think he put in it's minor tweaks. I think King Cruel's a little bit. They say,
OP.
oh, yeah, but like this was his life. I mean, he put everything he had into this game.
I mean, I'm sure they'll patch it and balance it.
Has this been confirmed as the last Smash ever?
And,
For a while,
probably for a while.
I can guarantee for a while. When the 5 DLC characters come out, and if you get the ones we're all expecting,
Or hoping for.
Waluigi.
Yeah.
if he ends on Waluigi, there'll be no bitching. From,
Yeah, I think that's going to be if you end on Waluigi, if he's the last one, people will be really excited. But then how do you have him as a assist trophy and a character? Do you maybe get rid of the assist trophy?
You do an update for that.
You get rid of the assist trophy and then he's just a character.
Or
I think that's
Or
smart.
you keep him and you play as Waluigi when you get the Waluigi assist trophy.
He's just like, wah!
And
Yeah.
then you taunt him as that and you get the double wah.
Oh God. No thanks.
No?
Nah.
Not a Waluigi.
No, just
fan?
make it like a Koopa Troopa. Koopa Troopa.
Doing
Sure.
what?
I guess he didn't
Well,
be
does
the assist trophy instead.
Waluigi have like a henchman?
No, because he's the henchman to Wario.
Yeah, he's like
No,
Wario's.
that's a calling
brother.
Luigi a henchman. They're brothers.
But
Yeah,
they're different.
But
they're,
are they though?
they're brother in arms. Like they're plumbers. They're doing work together.
No.
It's the difference.
Wait.
Anyway, we're gonna get off of that topic.
Actually, they're criminals. It's like Marv and
Harry and Marv.
from the
Sticky
criminal.
Bandits.
Actually,
Yeah.
they're roughly the same because they're terrible.
STI. God, suck brick, kid. I watched that a couple days ago.
It's tradition.
It's
like,
fitting, yeah.
like the Christmas story.
I actually watched it on Christmas.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a solid movie.
It's better than 2.
No, I think 2's better.
Who's creepier?
It is a little.
It
more
is a
sad.
little bit creepier because he's like luring him into this house.
He's in a park.
Actually,
He's
does
in a
that,
park.
He does that in 1 too.
The
No,
pigeon
because
lady.
he lived there.
Oh yeah, that's true. He like lures these people,
The pigeon lady is creepy.
and he
Yeah.
fucking smacks them with like 4 bricks off of a building.
Yeah, they should be dead.
Yeah, Marv should be dead.
Well, also Marv got electrocuted in the first one.
No, that's 2.
He can't-
So
yeah.
he
Oh,
gets,
that's 2?
He
He
gets
grabs
hit in
the
the face
handle.
with like
pink
3
can.
bricks.
Yeah.
So he gets hit in the face with 3 bricks off of like a 8-story roof, and then he walks
8-story?
in. Yeah, it's like 8 stories.
Okay. It's
He,
pretty high up
he
there.
walks in, and then he falls a whole floor to concrete ground, and then he gets up and he slips on something, falls into a bunch of paint cans, and then he goes
knew
to
the paint
turn
cans.
on water, and it's
Hot.
hooked up to, I think it's a battery,
car
and he
battery,
just shocks himself. This guy should be dead 3 times
What's
over.
the toilet one?
That's where Harry
Yeah, his head's on
pulls-
fire. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
pulls
Is that the?
yeah, and his head's
That's
on
one
fire,
move.
and then he puts his head into the toilet filled with gasoline.
Gasoline.
Oh man, not my favorite movies, but
They're
Remember he
great.
grabs
They
the
stand up.
handle's got the heater on it. And he
That's a
grabs-
number 1 where
yeah.
he burns the M into his hand.
you know the problem is because you're waiting so long for the zany stuff to happen,
Yeah, I can see
right?
that.
And it's just like, oh,
Yep,
this
you
is
get
a really
it.
interesting story.
Let's just get to the
Yeah, just get-
America's Home Fun.
Get to where they're slipping on banana peels and
Yeah,
getting shocked.
But he gives a great speech in one when he meets the old guy at the church. He's like, well, maybe we should call your son again. And then he sees him at the end.
He does the same thing with the pigeon lady. He's
but
like,
is that
he's
the
like,
movie
you know,
for
you
it?
got to
Yeah.
get back out there.
She's a
It's
lady
the
who
same
lives at
story,
Pigeon.
just done in New York,
Yep.
which
With
is
Tim
kind of
Cur-
why I don't like it.
with Tim Curry
Tim Curry. Though,
I don't like the supporting cast. I don't like Tim Curry.
what?
and
Wait,
And
you-
it was
you
Rob
don't like
Schneider.
Schneider.
Yeah,
You
Rob
don't
Oh
Schneider.
like
my God,
Tim
it was
Curry in it
Snyder.
or Tim Curry in general?
in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's fine in it. I don't. It's just I don't like that subplot.
Okay.
He plays himself as.
So the
There's an
strong-
insane guest with a gun.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking line. Don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody.
But there are a lot of classic.
Any hoozle.
Yeah.
Let's get back on topic a little bit. So, do you have anything else on Smash?
No, that probably like I said, I want to test the online. That's like the final.
Yeah, I hear it's either hit or miss for a lot of people. Like a lot of people will say, like, "Oh, I haven't had an issue with it."
I heard it's actually someone was. It's based off your global smash. The better you are, the better your connection is.
It sounds like a terrible.
Oh my
idea.
god, that's how it works.
No, I
it
don't.
cannot be that
No,
way.
I don't. But I remember some guy tried to achieve he got a 1 rating
Yeah.
with Incineroar,
Mm-hmm.
but he also said later on in the game things were tougher for him. They made the game made it
Incineroar?
tougher.
Yeah, it's a
for him.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's the new character.
It's a
that
new
shouldn't have
character.
been in there.
Incineroar.
Incineroar. He looks
Man,
like
they got lazy.
he's the wrestler.
He's like a wrestling.
Oh, that's so
Fire cat.
lazy.
I mean, where
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
were you for Garbodor?
Yeah.
Where's Garbodor?
I like
Rubbish.
Garbodor.
Of course you fucking would.
Yeah.
Because it's so ridiculous. It's just like, oh.
So how's Incineroar?
guys, what-
Really?
Well, just like,
All right,
oh, he's
I gotta,
fire.
I gotta get off of this. We've
Yeah,
done this a million times.
test that.
Pokemon is lazy.
I'll let you know how
It's lazy now.
I'll let you know how the online goes.
Please do. Please do.
And just Nintendo's online in general.
Does
but
it seem positive right now from your
overall,
standpoint?
there hasn't been any major, they haven't gone down. Servers haven't gone down.
Okay.
It's the same thing it was for Mario Kart ran fine. The real test will be Mortal Kombat,
11.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a Twitch fighter, though. So I know right now people that are having issues with the online aren't playing online because it's so bad. It's like 5 frames per second. So you can't really play Smash that way because you're like, oh, there's the person over there. Let me throw a boomerang. Oh, wait, they're behind me now. It's like, can't really play Smash that way.
The only difference is now you pay for it.
Yeah, which is crazy because it's a $20 service.
I really hope they base it on how good you are.
I thought
It
That's-
could be
sounds-
fucking hilarious.
No, I mean, you pay for PlayStation Network and
Yeah,
Xbox
but you
Live.
pay for those to work. You don't pay for them to not work.
Well, yeah, you get $20 worth.
I mean, like I said, granted, at $20 is 1/3. I mean, it's 1/3 of the other.
competitors' prices. But the real reason you're buying this is to play Smash Online.
Oh, I'm buying it for when they give me N64 games and emulation.
Don't get your hopes up.
That's in the long run.
Yeah,
Hey, it'll be better than Games with Gold. So
probably.
It can't get any worse.
Yeah,
That's true.
probably wouldn't take
Cube
much.
2.
I think you had the best Christmas.
I did have. I wouldn't say I had the best Christmas, but I had
Not
a
ever,
very
but-
fortunate Christmas. And I was able to. I was very graciously gifted PlayStation VR. So I've been playing Tetris Effect. So I do have. I got the Astrobot and Moss
two-
PSVR bundle. So I'll be playing those next or this week into next week, and I'll talk about it a little bit more next week. So stay tuned for that. But I've been playing a little bit of Tetris Effect, and it is so. I just want to say really quickly before we kind of get into Tetris Effect that I was expecting the PlayStation VR to just have cords and wires everywhere because that's anything, and everyone just bitches about it. Everyone's
Them
like,
getting in the way of what they're doing.
it's just like there's cables everywhere, there's wires everywhere, and Brandon was over. Brandon played Tetris Effect before we came over here,
I
and
felt the effect.
yeah, he felt the effect.
Did
but
ya?
can you tell me how many wires there were?
No, it was like this head thing. You just
Yep. So you
Popped it
put on
on.
the headset, and that is connected to a processing unit. This processing unit does have a lot of wires to it, but
But it's separate from
it's
the
separate.
PS.
So right now, there's my PS4 Pro sitting underneath my TV, and then I have the processing unit sitting right next to it. The processing unit needs AC adapter. It needs HDMI in from the PS4 and then out to the TV. So it's basically a splitter.
Yeah, one and then into the.
Right, and then it needs I think that's it. I think that's all that
The
needs
remote,
to be
maybe.
plugged into the back of the processing unit is power cord, HDMI in and out. I could be wrong. There could be another one, but everything stays behind the TV and entertainment center. The only wire that is out in my living room is the wire that attaches to the headset. So the reason, I don't understand why everyone.
How
is,
long is that cable, by the way?
It's got to be like 15 feet. It's quite
Alright,
large.
I
It
can-
gives you enough. They expect you to have like a 10-foot
Radius
area where
around
you're
you.
playing, so they give
It's
you
long
enough
enough to play.
slack. Yeah. So
He punch you early.
you've been to my place. You know how far away my couch is to the TV.
Yeah.
That
Plenty.
sitting on my couch, standing in front of my couch, completely fine.
All right.
I have no issue with the PSVR setup, cabling, any of that stuff. I don't know why everyone was bitching about it.
But when you're inside the
Yeah, the VR.
VR,
Virtual
right?
reality.
That's the best VR.
Yeah.
It's the best way to go.
You can't tell.
Can't tell what.
Yeah,
So
you
you're
have
in
well, no,
VR?
you have the headphones in.
Mhm.
You have
You're in
the
a
thing
different
on.
reality. Of course, you can't
Yeah.
tell.
Well, yeah, but because you're holding a remote, that's the issue. You're holding a remote, so you still got that sort of.
Familiarity,
Yeah.
really. So with Tetris Effect, you don't need the move controllers. You don't need like the Wiimotes for the PlayStation. You can just use your
PS4.
the DualShock 4. So right now I'm using the DualShock 4 and I'm just playing Tetris Effect. So you put it on, and there is a moment where you're like, "Oh, holy shit,
This is
cool."
different.
I had
This is-
that. I
this
looked
is-
down because I feel like for some reason when you don't know where you are, you kind of look down to
Yeah,
make
to
sure.
center yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, there's nothing there. So, and I felt very insecure.
Yeah.
Like I just
Why?
felt like
He mentioned that. I was like, "What, are you afraid I'm going to come over there and hit
Touch-
you?"
yeah.
Like,
well, like up here, you're still holding this, and like up here, there's just nothing, and you're just like kind
Someone's
of
gonna like rob your house as you were just. Sitting
well,
there.
I mean,
Well, it has happened, right, on like Twitch and stuff.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Well, because
but
they know where it's a difference.
they know where people are
Yeah.
and they're
I don't
playing.
know.
So, but like Tetris Effect, it's just Tetris. But what I will say is that it kind of has this. It depends on what level you're playing. So the first level it's called like Into the Deep or something weird, where you're basically just underwater.
Yeah.
And there's underwater things happening. You can see like jellyfish and aquatic life on the seafloor. And then the Tetris board, if you will call it that, is all blue and tranquil. And then when you start kind of getting combos and doing really well, and you get a Tetris, like the music starts picking up, and so you kind of get into this like tranquil kind of groove thing.
You forget that it's even there. and
Yeah,
it's
you just
one of
kind of
those-
you're kind of like spacing out, and the further you get, there's a bunch of different things. So there's a space one. There is like a Chinese New Year themed one. I just played one that was all gears, so they were all like
Oh, that
gears and a clock. So that's kind of what the blocks look like, are gears, and
Be different color.
no, they're all like brass. So they're all brass. So
yeah. So you have to do it more by shape than pen.
yeah, you're definitely doing it by shape rather than color. So I feel like all of the boards are the same. They're not like like the square one is not purple opposed to they're all blue or they're all red or they're all brass gears or something. The Chinese New Year ones were like drums. They're like the
those gongs.
Yeah, no, they're not gongs, but they're like the drums that they play sideways. Steve, you might be able to help me out on that.
Of what they're called, I guess.
The gong.
No, it's not.
You
I
said
don't
not-
know what you're talking about.
But they kind of like
Oh, and this like the
they do it like really quickly to the side. They don't. They're not drum lining, and
Yeah.
they're not like a drummer. They're kind of hitting them to the side. Whatever that is.
Is it an upright marimba?
yeah. Let's go with that.
I think it's actually a marimba.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
do
or
that, yeah.
marumbo, maybe. I don't know. Whatever it's called, I think
Frank,
that's
what
what
he
it
said.
is.
Yeah.
I really think that's what it is.
Can you play this game with the wands?
No, I don't think you can play. So certain PSVR games
Yeah.
require the wand. So like Beat Saber, which
Yeah.
is a game I plan on getting, but you have to buy the
The
remotes.
wands for it to even work.
Because I
For it to
feel
work.
like it would be a lot cooler if you were
Be a lot
able to
cooler
like,
if you did.
or if you were able to like turn them with your hand.
You probably that would be kind of like a cool thing, but
Yeah.
I feel like the detection
just
might
doing
be a
this a
little.
lot?
Just doing this.
People get pretty
a lot.
aggressive about Tetris, especially like how quick you actually have to move.
Yeah.
when
And that's a
you're on
tough
game.
part because the controls. I was like, and then it just would go down.
know,
and I'm just like, oh,
I need to
It's
tell you,
just bad
he's not
yeah.
the best Tetris player.
I figured
Yeah, the last Tetris game I played was on the Game Boy.
they're all the same.
They're all the same.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
obviously
if
I'm
you
out
put
of
if you
practice.
put if you got on a bike right now, you wouldn't fall over, would you?
Maybe the first two times, but then eventually.
No.
Anyways, but yeah, I've
Take
been
the
playing.
training wheels off.
I've been playing Tetris Effect, and I'm really, really excited to play Astrobot. I know that it won VR Game of the Year,
Even
so I
Moss
think I'm
got
going
good.
to do Moss first, and explore Moss and play Moss, and then jump into
The best VR
the
game.
best experience that I can. So I think I'm going to save Astrobot for the last one, but I'm going to play like Tetris Effect, but I think I'm going to jump into Moss this weekend and really kind of hopefully beat it, and then have a little bit more, and then jump into Astrobot and talk about it next week.
Got ya.
Is there any shooters you're looking at picking up? Because I feel like
The only one that I can think of right now is a Firewall Zero Escape or 0 Hour or something like that.
There's a lot of. That's the crime one I think they have on it, and I know horrors. I know you're
That's
not
not.
big,
Don't.
but I do
even
want you
mention it.
to at least.
If
give it a
you
shot.
have Resident Evil 7 on PS,
VR.
Oh, yeah.
well,
is
do you
that-
have it on PlayStation 4?
I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Still works with.
still works with VR. You can bring it over and you can play.
We can
I'm
try
not
it.
playing.
Is Resident Evil 2 gonna have the?
No. No. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Tetris Effect, but I've also been playing shit, I can't think of it. So let's actually just move on over to Minute on the Switch. So I've been playing Minute, which is a roguelike, and it's called M-I...
Is that that black and white one?
Yeah, it's M-I-N-I-T, and it's black and white, and you have 60 seconds before your character dies. So think of it like a top-down old school Zelda, but everything's black and white. Steve, do they have it up on the screen there for them? Okay, so you're seeing it now, audio listeners. It's a top-down version of Zelda where it's black and white, and you start off, and you basically leave your house just like any other old, Link to the Past. You find a sword, and then it's like, oh, that sword is cursed. Now you have to break the curse or whatever. So every 60 seconds,
You die?
You die, and you have to start over from your house.
Really?
Looks a lot like Link's Awakening.
Yeah, a lot like Link's Awakening. So you'll for the first 60 seconds, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna
You're
go.
panicked. You're about,
I'm just gonna
about to
go.
die.
I'm gonna go down to the first, the bottom left section, see how far I can get, and then you discover something, and you're like, oh, there's a lighthouse down here. Okay, next time we're just gonna
straight.
get straight to that lighthouse. Okay, there's a guy out there, and it's an old guy, and he's talking really slow. So you're like, all right,
I'm gonna die.
what does he say? And then I died listening to him. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I got a little bit of information. Next time, I'm just going to go straight into the lighthouse. Went straight into the lighthouse, found like a flashlight. So I'm like, okay, cool. That flashlight is going to allow me to go somewhere else. Die. Start over. I have the flashlight still. So it's not like you have to go to
You
the
go back to
you
the
don't-
lighthouse, pick up the flashlight again, and then it takes all the information that you previously got from the death.
Exactly. And you know all of the previous information as well. So if you
Plus
go into
muscle memory.
Yeah, if you go into like a shop, someone's like, hey, like this place used to be bumping, but there's like 5 crabs, go kill them. So you're like, oh shit, okay. So the next time you die, you're like, I know where 3 crabs are, I have to find the other 2. You kill the 3 crabs, you find the other 2, boom, boom, boom. You go back into the shop, you get a sandwich or something,
A
whatever.
reward for whatever.
Yeah,
Is it randomly generated enemies?
No, it's always the same.
Okay,
So you know where you're going, unless like my game is different than yours. But like every time I've died, it's the same thing.
Got ya.
I did notice that you can go to other houses and like make those your starting points. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I found another house and it was like, boo doo 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 doo. Do you want to make this your new starting point? And I was like, yes, I do. Cool.
So regress first. So what's the overall point, or what are you supposed to? Are you supposed to find out how to break the curse from the sword?
I'm gonna say yes.
All right.
You know as well as I do that I have no fucking clue what's happening. I'm just like running around enjoying
Hoping
it.
not to die. I get one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
It's
know
still
it's
fun.
happening. You know it's happening. So you're never worried about if you're gonna die or.
I was just wondering if like some people might have a timer. Like I don't know if there's a clock on the
there's
screen.
there's a clock on like the top left or the top right. Steve, could you confirm where the timer is?
Top left.
Yeah, so you know that you're gonna die soon.
Got ya.
And you're never like, oh, I'm gonna make it. It's because like, when you get there, what are you gonna do?
You can't
You're
talk to
gonna
anybody.
Yeah, you're gonna die anyway. So it's like, all right. If you find a new house, then it's like, all right, have a new base of operation. I got to figure out what's around here.
Test the same thing. As you
Yeah,
did before.
exactly. So I think it does a great job of kind of giving you that, just like a quick
Exploration.
reward really quickly, and you die and you're right back in. You have no problems. The game isn't hard, so you're not really challenged. What you're challenged with is remembering where things are and how to get to them in an efficient way. And again, it's just a delightful little game. I think
It's
I
a
picked
cool
it up
mechanic.
Yeah, it's $5. I like roguelikes. I like Rogue Legacy a lot. That's probably my favorite roguelike. So it reminds me a little bit of that, just in a different way. That once you find something, you keep it into your next life. I think that's where I think roguelikes excel. Not in the sense of, like, oh,
Enemies are like
well, I think so,
temple. It'd be like Zelda. It'd be like temple type.
I have a friend, Carl, who's been on the podcast. Shout out, what up, Carl? He loves Binding of Isaac. And I just think that Binding of Isaac doesn't do roguelikes in a smart way. I think that once you die and you literally have to just start over from the beginning without knowing where things are and like keeping the things that you've picked up.
So it's like actually Dead Cells kind of does the same thing, I think.
Yeah, but like Dead Cells, you find blueprints that allow you to then like upgrade your character, and you keep those upgrades and you keep those
Correct.
blueprints.
Yeah.
With Binding of Isaac, you don't you lose everything. Kind of like Enter the Gungeon. That's why I never really loved Enter the Gungeon. There's no like.
What's a zombie say? If you spend an hour and a half trying to you got to like one of the highest levels and you die. There's nothing. You have to do the whole.
You don't see any progress there. It's just like, oh, I got lucky that one time. That's not for me.
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Go on.
So this is an indie, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's an indie. I think it's on PS4, Steam, Switch. I don't know if it's on Xbox One.
I want to say no.
Should have bought that Xbox.
Yeah.
Should have bought that PS4.
The art style, would you say it's like similar to Return of the Oberdeen or
Looks like Adventure Time.
So it's strictly black and white.
Black and White? Yeah.
It doesn't have like the gradients or anything like that, like Return of the Oberdeen does. It is top down, so like an old school Zelda game. It doesn't. It's not first person like Return of the Oberdeen. The only connection that I would say is that they're both
It's
black and white.
Yeah. Because I find when I play indies, it's the art style that kind of attracts me first, and then
I think I'm the same way.
And the
Like
gameplay,
I'll like be on the App Store dicking around on my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll go like, oh, okay, that art style interests me. All right, I'll look at it. Oh, I don't like the gameplay next.
Seems like Grizz.
This was Yeah, I passed on Grizz because of the gameplay.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, I've read some reviews that didn't align with my my opinions of gameplay. But go ahead.
there's tons of different indies on the Switch. It seems like that.
Yeah,
seems
it's
like
the
they're
indie
yeah.
machine
it's
now.
the indie machine for sure. I think indies are finding and devs especially are finding success on the Switch because it is the Vita 2.0. The Vita was perfect for Switch. Indie games, and that's what I used my Vita for. Besides, Uncharted and big AAA titles like I do with the Switch. So I really do believe that this Nintendo was like, you know what, the Vita had a great idea. It was ahead of its time, but they didn't execute it well. We're gonna do that.
They've done great at the handheld market before, and it took off.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's an open, so they've been a little bit more open about. They're kind of
Brandon?
accepting anything.
Lucky for you, Minute is on the Xbox One, if you were wondering, and if you wanted to play it. But that's what it looks like. Right there. Yep.
Not interested. Yeah.
No,
But,
look. I mean, it looks cool.
yeah.
Price is right.
It was like
$5.99.
It was like $5.99 on the Switch. I don't know if it's on sale on Xbox, but
Oh, probably like $50 on that.
sure. But the last game that I played is
Wow.
a game that I went back to. So I'm back on Spider-Man.
Oh, for the
PS4,
DLC.
For the DLC, yeah. So I had the.
You get the Rami suit.
Yeah, I did. I did get the Sam Raimi suit, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, I don't.
Sam Raimi.
Yep.
Tobey
And-
Maguire suit.
Yeah, the Chad Kroger suit, if you will.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Nobody would have better than Tobey Maguire.
No,
It's better than Andy Garfield suit. Fuck Andy Garfield.
I'm with-
man,
I'm with him
I
on that.
disagree with you on that.
Really?
Yeah, I really like Andy Garfield more than I do.
Really? Because
little
emo,
Toby Magoats.
The first two.
emo Spider-Man worked so well.
No, it didn't. That
in
was the
Spider-Man
worst.
3.
Mhm.
Just skateboard. I'm so fucking
Doc Ock.
so
was-
depressed, man.
That's a good
My
Spider-Man.
girlfriend's dead.
Anyways,
Well,
but
Spot on impression.
raindrops be falling on my head.
Yeah.
Is what they played during.
so I finished through the first part. It's called The Heist, where it is all about Black Cat.
Yeah.
So in the main story, Black Cat is a
side character.
she's a side mission, really. So like
Like a sled.
find the little cats.
you have to find these things, and you never actually interact with her. You get voice recordings and things like that. It's a game of cat and mouse.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Cat and Spider.
And in this, she makes an
Trapped in the web,
appearance,
though.
and she is the main character of the story. And Spider-Man's trying to help her out and things like that. And I won't spoil it, but I felt like it was a little short, to be honest. It felt like probably played about right around 5 hours, and I 100%ed
That was a deal.
that part of the DLC. So there's 3 stories. So the first one came out in October.
Yeah, it was
Like the first
shortly after.
DLC, early October. November was the second one, and then December 21st was the third one.
So you got all three then.
Yeah, I have all 3. I got the season pass. I got the collector's edition with everything,
Yep.
which you can check out
Bells
the
and whistles.
unboxing on YouTube.com/pixelated.
Sweet statue.
Yep. But so I really, really enjoy the story with Black Cat because she does this. I mean, like I'm a sucker for Batman, so it's very much
It's
Batman.
a detective.
And
He
Catwoman.
turns into more of a detective then.
Yeah, so Spider-Man has, spoilers, I guess, but Spider-Man has feelings for Black Cat because they've dated in the past. And
Spider-Man or Peter Parker?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I said that for a reason.
see, yeah.
You just ruined it for me.
So,
What's
but
the
now,
alert? Flash the alert.
now they're not dating, and so it's this kind of like, oh, I still have feelings for you, do I not? Like they do this really great job, very similar to him and Mary Jane in the actual game. And Mary Jane plays like a role in
The
this
DLC,
in
I
the
figured,
DLC. So
yeah.
I'm now into Turf Wars, I think it's called Turf Wars, where it's so it continues the story from the heist. So it's
We're the bald dude. I'm
yeah,
assuming-
Hammerhead.
Yeah.
So you're Hammerhead.
I should know. Yeah.
No, Hammerhead's just a funny villain for me.
Yeah, it's a terrible villain, but he's got like great underwater quips. Because he's like, oh, it's a hammerhead shark, and he'll start saying,
Stupid
really
under-
funny, yeah,
puns.
But his
underwater puns and things
His
like that.
main power is he has a hard head.
Yeah, he's headbutted people to death.
Okay, cool.
Well, Tombstone. I mean, they're all kind of.
They're all
I mean, you
little.
think of all the villains in every game.
Yeah, but
of them
some
aren't.
have cooler motifs than other ones.
Mhm.
Hammerhead, not really up there.
But I do want to say, so Black Cat is working for Hammerhead
Okay.
in
So,
the
oh,
first
so they're
part.
actually connecting.
So yeah,
DLC.
it's all one long story.
got yeah.
So the first one is the heist where she is stealing things for Hammerhead, and
You catch her and she tells you,
things.
Yeah.
I won't say what happens, but that's kind of what
Are they separate DLCs though? Like,
yeah.
there is Turf War and the Heist. They're
Yeah.
separate.
yeah, they're separate.
Okay.
So it's
But
DLC.
episodically within those.
So it's called The City That Never Sleeps.
Okay.
The first part of The City That Never Sleeps is the heist.
Okay.
The second part is Turf Wars, and then the third part is Silver Linings.
Which hasn't come out yet.
It's
We
out.
did,
It's out. I haven't played it yet. So I'm midway through Turf Wars, and right now Turf Wars seems like a little bit of a lull. It's just, Hammerhead is kind of taking over the city. You clear out these things, and you're like, oh, I've already done this in the main story. Like,
Yeah.
all right, let me clear out this hideout. Let me clear out these new mob bosses.
They're a little bit tougher. It's actually the ones at the end were a little bit annoying.
Yeah. As of right now, there's these really annoying enemies with like shields. So they have like holographic shields that they charge at you. So they kind of do like a very quick charge, and you have to get out of the way really quickly. And if they're behind you or if you're not looking at them, it's very hard to time like the Spidey sense.
The whole call. Like I said, as a group, I was like, what's the people you fight at the end? Saber.
Yeah, Saber.
Would like if they teamed up, like
It gets difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah, it gets difficult.
I know we had some of the combat wasn't as smooth as Batman. So like you
Yeah.
said, some of the parts are a little bit. I mean, I think I remember dying a few times in Spider-Man.
Well, I've died a few times in this DLC. Don't let me fool you.
So do you feel this is a? You feel this is just an add-on, or do you feel like this really enhances the story?
I think so. I think that the heist, the Black Cat one, really extends the story.
Okay.
It seems like it takes place after the main story of Spider-Man, so it doesn't seem like you could play this game and then play the heist. I know that
It's like a break.
I was thinking like, oh, I know that Turf Wars isn't as good as the heist, so maybe I'll play Turf Wars first. And before you go to do that, it says like you need to complete chapter 1 before you can play Turf Wars. Sure. And I was like, oh, okay, because that makes sense because it's
a
one long thing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the juice is worth the squeeze at the end.
The third one's the best.
I can tell you right now that the first chapter was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I really, really, really thought that Felicia, which is Black Cat, Hardy.
Hardy?
Hardy.
I keep saying Harding.
Yep.
Because the president.
It doesn't
So-
sound.
She does a really great job of kind of exposing Peter and Spider-Man, or exposing Spider-Man to himself, really.
The ways of
Fraud he
love.
is.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Not being Tobey Maguire.
yeah, sure.
Fuck Andy Garfield, man.
But yeah, right now I'm just kind of playing through and enjoying it. I like the new DLC suits that they have. I have one of my favorite suits as a kid. I think it's the Spider Armor Mark II, where he's all black and he has silver like armor.
From Secret Wars, right?
They gave you Mark
maybe.
3.
I don't know.
They gave you one of them in the regular game. I think it was Mark 3 or something.
Yep. But they also did give out the Sam Raimi suit from Spider-Man 1 with the
free.
actual webs for free. So if you're still bitching about that, please stop, because that's a really fucking stupid thing to bitch about.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna. It's you're asking people to make something for you that, which
Yeah.
they said they were gonna do anyway.
I think those movies had their time in the history of Spider-Man. I think it's a nice homage.
It's the Mark 1 spider
1?
suit. Sorry. It's this one.
Is it from the Secret?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Well, it
it's
doesn't matter.
just the Mark 1.
Is there
but
more DLC other than Silly Never Sleeps?
No, I don't believe that there is any other DLC planned. If they were smart, they'd already be working on Spider-Man 2.
Are you gonna go back and play this again? I know you don't usually
No.
do that, but
I will not play this again. I platinumed it. I'll beat all of the DLCs. I probably won't 100% like all the trophies and stuff. I'll 100% them, but I won't. There's a difference between 100%ing something and
100% completion, which is I haven't even done with the actual game itself because I don't actually. If you fuck up in the beginning, I had this problem with like the scientists. If you want to upgrade everything completely,
oh yeah, you have to like
get gold. You have to get bronze, silver, then gold. Because if you gold it first, you don't get the.
yeah, you don't get extra. So what with those challenges for the main game, you don't have to get perfect challenges. You just have to beat them.
Correct.
In the DLCs, you have to like basically get 3 stars on all of the challenges in
get
order
the
to
reward.
like to get the platinum for the DLC,
yeah.
which I don't plan on doing. I just plan on playing the game and enjoying it.
well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
Because you're already platinum.
There's not a lot of games that you.
go back to the well on.
Well, yeah.
Yep, but I really love
And I
Spider-Man.
can tell the
There's
juice.
nothing. There's nothing like
The
web-
juice is worth the squeeze.
What's it?
Because you went
4K
back.
web slinging.
Yeah,
It's true.
Doesn't top
People
that.
aren't upset about
Someone
it.
could have had
That's-
that experience had they made the right decision.
What, Radioactive Spider? Yeah, it's very bad though. It doesn't really work out in the end.
I'd risk it.
Yeah, you risk it.
I'd risk it. 110%.
Worked out for Miles.
Sir, I know you wanted
Spoiler.
spider powers, but your test results came back pretty bad.
You look like Jeff Goldblum mixed with a spider.
Turned out to be the Fly.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would still be I'd still be better looking if I had some remote of Jeff Goldblum in me.
Oh, that scene where he's in Jurassic Park just spread out. I mean,
Yeah, come on.
that's
They made a statue out of it.
Yeah,
Doesn't get
because
any
it's
better than
fucking
that.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Conversation's gone weird.
I don't think do we have anything else? That's all we have for games this week, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Seems, yeah.
All right.
I had one question for you though.
Yeah.
I saw on your little picture thing.
2.5 inches.
His phone.
Nice. That you picked up a little game
No,
I
I
call Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I call that game thrown in the trash.
Did you throw it in the trash?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well,
I don't
that's my
believe-
question.
I don't believe
So
it.
for
Are you
for
gonna?
Christmas, I made out like a bandit this year. I had a lot of people say like, hey, just buy whatever you want, and this is your price point. And I did a lot of Black Friday shopping. I sent it directly to their house.
So you
Boom,
got
boom,
it for
boom.
the right price.
I got it for the right prices. You know what I mean? I found the sales. So I picked up Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Switch. I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey to play. I have Astrobot. I have Moss. I have Tetris Effect.
It's a good haul.
Smart.
Yeah, it's a good haul. And then I've got some Daredevil graphic novels, PlayStation VR. Like I got a bunch of stuff for really, really cheap. So I made out like a bandit this year because my family was really, really lazy and they didn't feel like actually shopping.
I want to see how you feel about it.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey
I don't
is
think
going
he's
to be
ever
a game
gonna.
that I have a very short amount of time for. That it's not going to be fair to the game because
Okay.
I don't have anything to play up until Kingdom Hearts 3, which is at the end of January. So between now and then,
29th.
I have to play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I have to
Yeah.
play Astrobot, Moss, a little bit more Tetris Effect, and then like I might get to Assassin's Creed at some point. But I would much rather finish the Spider-Man DLC, and then I think I'm going to
Astrobot.
pop in
Moss.
Moss, and then if I'm going to do like a mainline game, it's going to be Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So,
That's
but
what
I
I
don't
was
think
thinking,
my
yeah.
focus is going to be that unless it really.
It's a lot of hours. Yeah. It's a lot of
Unless
hours.
it
I
invigorates
don't.
me.
I'm gonna tell
To be
you, I
hon-
don't foresee him. I mean, let's
I
put
don't-
it-
I don't
not-
either.
There's 3 people at the table that have it, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, you haven't beaten it.
No.
I'm actually further than you.
and
I
I'm-
don't foresee him.
And
I don't
I'm a
get
big
myself. I don't
Assassin's
see
Creed.
myself getting to the title screen where it says Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
And I.
Because that's like fucking 3 or 4 hours.
No, it's
into-
not. You just go right for the first sort of.
Nope, I've been told that it's like 3 or 4
It's like
hours
an hour
into
in.
the game.
I would say it's an hour in.
It's long. I don't think it. I don't actually
It's
remember.
not as long as other
I
Assassin's Creed.
I may
games,
have
know
got
that.
no, because
Okay.
Origins was quicker. Origins did the cutscene
Origins
after
Oh, yeah.
Origins was so bad.
you played, and then you got the cutscene.
And that's. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm
You know what?
interested.
We'll bring this back when I start playing it.
And yeah, we'll talk about it and we'll
We'll
Or
talk
not.
about it then.
review notes.
Yeah, well,
no
we'll
notes
compare
gonna be
notes.
taken. It's gonna be in a trash
what
bag
happens.
outside his house.
Yeah, it's
That's
going to be
true.
thrown
That's
away.
also a possibility. That's fully what I'm prepared. But glass half full on this.
You hope for the best, expect the
We'll
worst.
see. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think that's going to be it for another episode of the Tangent Podcast. If you guys like what you heard and like what you see, which of course, why wouldn't you? Please go over to youtube.com/pixelatedpoints and subscribe to our YouTube channel there. Or you can go over to Twitter, which is at PXLPTS or at Tangent_podcast. Actually, follow them both. For myself, I am at It's a Me BT. Anthony, you are.
At Majin_Erebus.
Brandon, you are.
At Becox1776.
God, Mike back there.
At Steven_Sal.
And thank you guys so much for watching another great episode of the Tangent Podcast or listening to another great episode of the Tangent Podcast.
Wherever you feel.
Yeah, however you get your fill. Please leave us a review on iTunes or any other podcast catcher that you're listening to this on. We're pretty much everywhere. I think we're on Spotify. That's the stupid app.
Spotify. Yep.
Yeah, it's a stupid app.
It is a stupid app. Apple Music all the way.
Yeah, no one's disputing
Hey,
that.
listen, no one's disputing that. I don't know. I have no
Not right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
there we go.
I don't
What if they're
have Spotify.
listening?
On
You just
Spotify.
lost all that free advertising.
On Spotify.
You know what?
We're gonna make
fuck-
that up.
No, no,
from
we're
these
gonna make it
beers.
up from the
Yeah.
What if Spotify's listening?
Anyways, we'll catch
Yeah,
you
okay.
guys next week.